night for the men's lacrosse team, 11-7 victory. They keep their postseason hopes alive with the victory, and 10 different Hartford Hawks score in the game. Greg Reynolds steals the show, I guess, scoring 2 goals. But talk about the offense, or we talked about lack thereof. 10 different guys score 11 goals on a big senior night.
That was great. I just think, we talk about leading the charge, and I think the seniors, brought that focus, that energy, like I said, to this whole week of practice. So I wasn't surprised. I think there were highs and lows, and that's just, I think it's a momentum game. And but we did a great job, and I think it was great. Like you said, we were talking about on the offensive side, just being unselfish and not. It doesn't need to just be Kevin O'Shea or like as we were talking about the pregame. I think we have more depth. We don't have maybe kind of that superstar top-end talent maybe we've had in previous years, but I think it goes deeper this year. And I think today was a good example of just taking advantage of that depth, that we have a lot of different guys that can contribute. So. Good team effort.
You guys have a 6-4 lead at the break. In the third period, you shut them down. You score 3 consecutive goals. I personally think that was probably your best third period of the season. Can you correct me or say that is the best period?
I think it was huge, and I think what got the momentum and our guys feeling a little looser was that little run, but then also when Yi scored that one right behind the previous one. And I think whenever he scores, just like you've seen here games, everybody starts to feel good when Adam just pops it forward, runs down. And I think again, he's a redshirt senior, but just another example of a guy stepping up. And Reynolds, and I thought Tate was great. I thought Alex Matarazzo had one of his best games, probably his best game of the year, tonight. Cascio was great, and we made it a point to get every single guy. Danny Z goes in at the end, makes a couple huge saves. Like Frank Pye was great. I think the list just goes on. And what I think I feel best about is that every senior got a chance to play on their senior night. And again, I think you could see it. Some of the guys were kind of looking around and going, wow, I can't believe, I'll never play a game on this field other than like an alumni game. And I think that meant something to them. And I think they, we had talked about, play as if you're never going to play on this field again. And, for some of them, that statement is very true. And I think they left it on this field tonight.
You guys keep your postseason hopes alive. You've made 3 consecutive back-to-back American East Championships appearances, which is a program best. What does it say about your team right now? They come away with a win. They give you a chance going into next week's match against Stony Brook on the road.
Yeah, no, I think all the things, like I said, we talked about. The message was well received. Play unselfish, have a great week of practice, I think, again, good defensive performance, holding team, holding them down until they got a couple right there at the end, and I think we have talked about the whole year that it would have been great to be playing, better lacrosse in March, when we went on a little skid, or even, 2 weeks ago. But the most important thing is we get a chance to play in the postseason still if we win next week at Stony Brook. And I think we're just starting to kind of, again, hit our stride,
yes.
And you want to go into the, the last game of the season feeling like, all right, you know what, we're playing some great lacrosse. And again, we didn't even get that contribution that we typically have gotten from a Jaden or a Kevin O'Shea and some other guys and so you say, well, geez, we score 11 goals. If we get that from them, maybe we score 15, and that's what we need. We need that contribution from some of those guys, next Friday night, and maybe that's what we're capable of.
What's that saying? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And 11-7 win here on a senior night. The Hawks will be back in action next weekend as they'll take on the Stony Brook Seawolves. Stay tuned to HartfordHawks.com for all the latest.
Go Hawks.